So this particular mode is going to be pretty strong. We got Sonicam starting out in Link's house with 20 rupees. Raime going for the Sank start. Oh, a glove in Sanctuary. That is a huge deal.
But where do we end up with Sanctuary? We just talked about this! Oh, no!
Yep, Sanctuary at the Pyramid. That means a couple of things. One, the back of Escape is locked behind either completing Aga 2 at the top of Ganon's Tower, or getting through the back of Hyrule Castle with the small key.
Alright, here's some more of the entrance stuff. Wait a second, that was close to vanilla, actually. Let's find another entrance instead. There we go, there's our chicken coop.
Alright, Chicken Hut has a small key to Misery Mire. Now, Misery Mire small keys are not required to beat the dungeon. Having one is usually good for routing purposes, and in logic, you need all three to unlock the left side. We've got a map on the race game, and Farime finds the right side of desert at Hyrule Castle.
That's a good find, and Sonicam has found a storyteller. Now, one of the interesting things is that storytellers can now give hints. For
The
instance,
southwest cave on Dark Death Mountain leads to the Sick Kid. Now that is the cave, so you know where Spike Cave is, right? If you
Yes,
drop
I do.
down from there and head southwest, you'll find one more cave there, and that's what we're referring to.
Also, Magic Bat was found in Uncle's Hole, and woo! There's an early bow inside Checkerboard Tavern.
I think that was Cave 45 Tavern, or
Right.
Grove Ledge Tavern, but yeah, same sort of thing. Chess game inside the Kakariko shop. Unfortunately, Sonicam does not have 30 rupees with which to play that game, therefore we'll peace out for the moment.
We'll get some money eventually.
This is why there's sort of a meta route emerging, where people will start at Link's house and immediately fake flipper to the northeast so that they can do the Houlihan route. What was on that hint?
Tower of Hera small key on an island. That, to my knowledge, can mean either the Lake Hylia Island or the Death Mountain floating island.
Yeah, that is the case as far as I know. Now, Sonicam has located Aga Tower. You could step inside there and get one item, but he doesn't quite have enough weaponry to pull it off. He would need 12 arrows.
Also, Desert Palace left side leads us to the village of Outcast, but we need Hammer and Moon Pearl in order to take advantage of it.
Ooh, archery game. If you need money, that is a place to get it. You do need 20 rupees to do that, though. But we did find, I thought that was Paradox Cave.
It was. Ah, there's the Uncle Hole. Now, Uncle himself, not much, but we won't object to a heart container. And we certainly won't object to a Moon Pearl.
Well, I will, because now we don't get to see bunny shenanigans, but I'll live.
We got to see Farime as a Trouble. I don't think we can argue that much.
Fair enough.
However, for Sonicam, we're gonna have to find ourselves a bunny beam. Then again, it is, you know, a link at, ooh, Spectacle Rock Cave Outlook with ether inside.
Now, we can't quite get to that ether, but at least we know where the front entrance is, and that does technically qualify as a connector, even though it's a one-way trip, so I imagine we're not going to head that direction just yet. finds the wrong ice rod cave at Northwest Snitch House.
And you may notice our runners are trying to enter the... Well, easy lumberjack. We're trying to enter the caves that the holes are tied to, because if we were to enter a hole and we don't keep up with where everything is, we may end up saying hi to Ganon.
Yep.
And right now, we're kind of under-equipped for that.
Alright, small key to Ganon's Tower, so you will want to find some number of those.
Alright, time for the triple threat in the northern part of town. Well, we have a farming cave, so can't object to that.
Yeah, Sonicam has been passing up a lot of potential items due to lack of money. But I think... Ooh, Ice Palace. Okay. Interesting.
Foothill Cave to a connector.
So the Foothills Cave, in that case, that refers to the place where you mirror on top of Bumper Cave. Usually you have to mirror to there to get there, but if there's a connector there, you might just be able to get there some other way.
And speaking of connector, we just saw one. Well, we didn't. We just know it's a connector because it's somewhere on Death Mountain.
Well, it's a dark room, and all the dark rooms are connectors.
Because of course they are. Thank you, game. Alright.
Primate is making use of the archery game. Sonicam lucking out real hard on that chess game, picking up 150 rupees. Is able to purchase the bottle vendor's item.
While back of the tavern, only having a map to... I had missed where, unfortunately. Oh. Hello there, GT. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. What's wrong with you? Anyway, so we've got Silvers in Ganon's Tower. I mean, I guess your own home is a good place to keep the weapon that defeats you, but maybe don't leave it lying around. Now the right hand, the people were asking where the Moon Pearl was. That was over in the Uncle's Tunnel, which is at the Magic Bat drop today. Sonicam picked up that small key and just gonna head right back out.
So for those that are wondering why we're seeing Ganon's Tower so early, again, the Ganon's Tower entrance can be shuffled, but this also brings up an interesting point regarding how to finish the game. We don't have to clear out Ganon's Tower today. We just need the 7 crystals, and then we fall into the Ganon hole. Which we are running out of holes to fall into.
Alright, we've got Vanilla Lost Woods hideout. So we're down to the fairy drop down and sank.
Ooh, nice tree pull with the bombs.
Another Misery Mire small key, so not really what we're looking for, though. If you find a bunch of those real quick, you might be real suspicious about Misery Mire's left side. Vanilla Ganon's Tower drop is going to be the back of Escape today.
Alright, Forest chess game today is the Mysterious Forest Shop, kind of appropriate.
I don't know why, but in my head I refer to that as the Curiosity Shop.
Hey, I've called different characters by their alternate game components as well, so... Okay, Fairy Cave is in Lumberjack today, so we don't need to worry about that. And, ooh, story time.
So it looks like we should be able to get to the well today. That's going to be either at the Saint Drop or the Fairy Drop.
That is correct. Alright, Sonic Am, surprise! You are now in the Dark World.
But he has a Moon Pearl, so he can actually do some things.
So then the question will be, will anything be done at this point?
Well, he could easily go over and check the right-hand side of Dark World, the area around Pod. He could also go to Catfish.
Catfish.
Looks like what he's doing.
Catfish, Dark World Potion Shop, Dark World Fairy Cave, drop off at 5, Monkey Hut, or maybe even spend the 110 rupees to see what Palace of Darkness has today.
Yeah, I think that might have played into why he picked up the 20 rupees on the pyramid there. He does go ahead and find Mimic Cave there. That's not something you can check at the moment, but once you get the hammer, you might want to head back there.
Alright, I have that place marked with a hammer on one of my 2 trackers.
That is the way you do it.
I don't know if we should do... I mean, I'm doing this with 2 trackers and a separate notepad for semi-relevant hints here, so I'm probably overdoing it, if anything.
Well, I'm underdoing it because I'm not writing anything down, so... I'm just going to try to do this all from memory and see what I can pull off.
Then I wish you luck with that, Dr. Bob. Alright, Sonic Am's deciding to just restart and take care of the eastern part of the Dark World for Imi. Stocking up on bombs, and is probably going to retrace some of Sonic Am's steps.
Now, I'm kind of expecting Faraime, since he knows where the back of escape is, I'm expecting him to go on to the rest of the drop downs and find the well, so that he can get those items out of the way.
Well, the fairy is still there, so at least we have something.
Alright, checking Dark Saha.
Ah, the Monkey Hut, as I usually call this.
And it's Saha. What's up? And Palace of Darkness has our green pendant today. And there's the big key of Thieves Town, along with a couple of 20 rupee drops. I like the aesthetics of that closet. Good feng shui.
Nice symmetry. But apparently Saha has suddenly become the master of unlocking or something like that.
So, yeah, the catfish was checked. It was bombs. Sonicam going quite a way around to avoid getting bothered by a bird. Oh, look at that. It is the business entrance of Spectacle Rock Cave.
Well,
We can
there's
get that ether
Ether.
medallion.
And
the hint.
But also, Faraime found the well. Which means Useless Fairy is where Ganon is hiding today.
Mm-hmm. Though Faraime might head over there and get another 225 rupees if he feels like it. Oh, boots time! And Pod small key and a desert big key. Now, desert big key is interesting because we did find a piece of desert earlier.
That we did, but here's the thing, we can't finish desert yet. We do not have a fire source.
That's true. But we also don't know where the back of desert is anyway, so.
Hey, here's a rare cave we get to see here. And
You're welcome.
I mean, Sonic Am knew that. I don't think Faraimi did. So that in this case, the hint is useful.
Yeah, it's gonna be useful to Raimi. He'll have a reason to head over there. Palace of Darkness today containing just a ferry. Really expensive admission ferry.
Alright, that's all of the Dark World checked. Okay, Faraimi fortunately did not go in that hole yet, but if this isn't set up correctly, instead of landing
he was doing the boot setup. Goodness.
I forgot you could do that on that hole.
Off of basically works on any hole. I just didn't realize it could be done there. Wow. That is messed up.
And scary. If you fall in that hole, well, Ganon says hello.
Well, we did just find Mini Moldorm Cave, which today contains a whole ton of money and a Titan's Mitt.
You know how we were talking about entrance shuffle? We can kinda sort of ignore a lot of that right now.
Yeah, we do have some good old-fashioned Dark World access now with that Titan's Mitts and Moon Pearl. Right, could also check the King's Tomb, which is something you don't see too often.
Also, how did that arrow go in between the two guards?
I mean, that's just kind of how it works.
I mean, I know Plague Knight uses potions, which can blow up, but I don't recall, needing that much precision to aim between someone. I don't know, maybe I just haven't played, the Shovel Knight games in a while.
Alright, so it looks like the left side of desert leads out at the Hammerlocked house in Village of Outcasts. So I kind of like finding that if I don't have the hammer, so that I don't have to worry about it later.
So now we're going to see where the front entrance of Desert takes us.
Ooh, it takes us to Misery Mire area through the entrance that I affectionately refer to as Lower Norfair, off of the combo randomizer.
Well, I certainly will not object to traveling to Lower Norfair in this context.
Yep. Now we do have a ether medallion on the opening and a fire rod in the library over at Dark Aeginus Cave. Hello.
Okay, we just have to find a back entrance of Desert. And that's one dungeon down.
Oh, Sonic M has not been to the well yet and is unable to pick up that fire.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, we find Swamp next to Link's house. And Remy picks up information that he was already aware of. Oh, that's why we didn't go through Paradox Cave, because you can't go through that section, at least not without a mirror.
That makes sense. We did forget about that a little bit. All
I
right.
just remember seeing Paradox Cave and then being bewildered why it wasn't used, and then, oh, right. It's that particular entrance.
Smith's at the reservoir, while Turtle Rock Front is at Mini Moldorm today.
Mm-hmm. So words. Turtle Rock main entrance, sitting right there. You will need a Cane of Samaria before you can head in there, or just a ridiculous amount of manual dexterity.
I still don't even know how to hover short distances, and many have tried to teach me, all have failed. I just may not have the fingers for it. Oh my gosh, there's another entrance.
Yeah, that's the big chest entrance of Turtle Rock. And that is, of course, the only way you can get to that chest, at least without major glitches. And there's the item. Okay.
And there's the security wall of Turtle Rock.
All right, time to head into Turtle Rock. We can do a few things in here. The fire rod will let us get this key from the pokey, and it's gotten to the point where we've seen enough entrances. We might as well just like actually get this chest in the middle.
There you go, more troubles.
Yeah, Fraime's going for it.
I
Because
would
it's
go-
possible to greatly conserve the number of keys you need for Turtle Rock.
In order to really do that, though, we're missing the laser bridge entrance.
Yeah, you can cut it down to 2 without the laser bridge entrance, so that's okay. We still don't have any, but I'm sure we'll find some eventually. This is CrossKeys. It's basically 100%.
That is true. It's also beware of dogs or chain chomps. Oh!
Oh, wow. All right, Magic Bat is in logic now with those beautiful powders.
Though, if I recall correctly, Faraimi, are you attempting to bomb jump or hover this?
You can bomb jump that hole. You just can't do it from the middle. It's a weird bomb jump, kind of like the one in Spectacle Rock. But I'm pretty sure you can't open the big chest without the Turtle Rock big key.
And I haven't seen that yet. Oh, Faraimi was attempting another water walk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it has to be on the side of a hole, to my knowledge.
Well, fake flippering will work just as well. Sonic M, meanwhile, hoping to get that magic powder as well, but has to be careful. Alright, success.
We find a connector in the waterfall. It looks like Fraime's going to go for it. Or maybe not.
Right now we still have a water walk state. It makes sense to maintain it, at least until we get to King Zora.
Yeah,
and then we can head back.
I think Suicide by Chain Chomp is like the subtitle of this mode, because everybody does it all the time. Because that particular chest is in logic if you can reach that entrance in Turtle Rock. Because you don't have to spend any keys to get there. You can just go backwards.
Alright, Faraime deciding not to go to the connector, Sonic M visiting the camper under the bridge.
$50 per arrow. What is this, retro mode?
Another small key to Palace of Darkness, that makes 2. And let's confirm. Alright, it is Death Mountain Island that has our small key for Tower of Hera today.
Alright. Now, of course, we don't even know where Tower of Hera is, whether or not we'll need that key, nor do we know whether or not we need to beat Tower of Hera in the first place. So, that's what you get to know about. Ooh, we've got a dam over at the cave just outside of Eastern, or the Eastern Fair.
Ooh, that's a nice find. Because with Entrance Shuffle, once this water drains, we never have to drain it again. Plus, we get another item.
Yep, opens that item near the dam location, and of course fills the water in Swamp Palace, which we know where that is. Now, of course, we can't actually swim in that water at the moment.
Yeah, I do not know how to fake flipper within a dungeon, so...
Neither does anyone else.
Ooh.
There are some weird ways to get around in Swamp, but it's just not... And they're certainly not allowed in this rule set. We've got Hype Cave with another pod key and a lamp. Hello. And over on Sonicams, we see the Chia Pet storyteller telling us that Magic Bat leads to a heart piece. So we did find the powder, and now we find out it's not quite useful.
Well, the lamp is still useful, but that was a different cave entirely.
Mm-hmm. So I think between the three of our runners, between both of our runners, I think we found 4 pod keys.
That's what I have.
It's a lot of pod keys. And if you are able to go to the right-hand side, and you can because you have the bow, and you have the ability to do the hammer jump, which both of these runners are, pretty good, so I expect that, you can actually clear out the entire dungeon pod with just 4 keys.
One minor problem.
You do need the big key.
Exactly. Well, that and we also could use a hammer.
Yeah.
So, based off of where we are right now, I am suspecting the next best play to make is probably to head to the Dark World by Skullwoods, maybe check out the Skullwoods front entrances. Those are shuffled amongst themselves in CrossKeys, so we don't have to worry about too much craziness. Let's not even get into insanity mode or madness mode yet. Exactly.
So, Fire Rod for Jaime, I think, makes that even more likely. I think you'll head over there, maybe check the back entrance as well, just because you can and you're there. No sword, no hammer, 27 minutes. That's par for the course for CrossKeys.
Yeah, so if you've never seen a CrossKeys before, first of all, if you've seen Key Sanity, that's one half of it. The cross represents the cross world, where we have all these connectors that can take us to completely different worlds. And by completely different, I mean light to dark or dark to light.
Alright, so Jaime will be the first of our runners to examine the exit of Spectacle Rock Cave. We will see where that takes us. It takes us to the canyon lift spot. And he has not checked the dam item or the dam location. So he now knows it's the blacksmith. And now I think he's going to head back to the west to check the rest of Desert, Canyon, and all that mess.
Yep, 2 caves available, plus we can see what's on the ledge.
Right,
Ooh, back of Old Man on the Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Now where's the front? We could go back there.
Alright, we find King's Tomb over at Agina's Cave.
And Faraimi is deciding not to check out Desert Ledge.
Yeah, I know a lot of runners like to see it, and then a lot of runners will decide, you know what, I'll see it later. Alright, so we've got Raime doing the fake flipper. Now it looks like he's about to do King's Tomb. Oh, there's that Tower of Hera we were just talking about. We know we don't have either key for this, but you never know what we'll find. Well, there's a big key. Could be this one. Who knows? It's Turtle Rock.
At the partial other end of the world. That's going to be fun to go back to.
That actually gives us 2 entrances, or 2 items in Turtle Rock. And we did just find out that the Thieves Town Big Chest is worthless, so that makes it much less problematic that we don't have the hammer or the Thieves Town Small Key.
Feels strange saying that we can actually full clear Turtle Rock and get all the value from it. Or not Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, excuse me. And
Alright.
Old Man's Place is pointless. It's just Graveyard Ledge.
Alright, so Sonic Cam heading up to the Ganon Houlihan. Looks like I'm not even sure what he's doing. Oh, I guess he was just checking that because he hasn't been to the well yet.
Makes sense. I just saw me enter a cave with a new connector, but I didn't catch which cave was entered.
This was one of the dark ones in Kakariko Village, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's the connector to Garbage Town Population Me. The right side of Desert Palace, which is useless for all purposes.
Ah, that one. Thank you. I can remove that from the list.
But there is another dark room we found here in Kakariko Village, and I think at this point, it necessarily is the old man's rescue cave, or Death Mountain Ascent.
I had missed that, but if it's the one I'm thinking it is, it should be east of Agate Tower. Alright, Dark World Fortune Teller. It's a shop.
Right, and I'm heading over to the Curiosity Shop location. Your face is a shop. No, I'm kidding. Oh, it's a connector.
The race game connector. Will this take us over there?
No, it takes us to the top of Bumper Cave in the Light World, which we knew was a connector. So, that's very interesting.
Well, that does bring us some good news. We don't have to worry about heading there to the Dark World and mirroring to the light. I once tracked a race where we had to end up at Bumper Cave Dark World, top of it, and then mirror to get to a cave with the bow.
Yep. I may or may not have prepared some lyrics to a thing that might have something to do with mirroring on top of Bumper Cave.
Better you singing than me, so I will not object.
Yeah, Titans were in the mini Moldorm Cave.
And it was a blue boomerang on top of Bumper Cave, so we're probably not going to care much about it. Alright, Sonic Am is about to get that fire rod. Whereas Faraimi is heading... Actually, I never marked this. Dr. Bob, do you remember what was in the library location?
Not off the top of my head. Feels like it might not be particularly useful.
That is fair. Back to the Dark World we go for Faraimi. And this time heading to the chest game, which today, I mean, we've already seen the chest game, so instead we have Bonk Rocks.
Ooh, it's got the ice rod in it. Hello. Suddenly Turtle Rock smelling very good right now.
I don't know if I ever want to hear Trinex smelling good.
What, you think that the smell of fire and ice and burning flesh doesn't smell good? I'm kidding.
Also, right of Thieves Town is the key entrance to Paradox.
Mm-hmm. There's yet another pod key and a heart.
That's 5 out of 6.
I cannot believe that I didn't come up with that joke on my own. Alright, so nothing great on the left side. What do we got? Hearts and rupees. So really the only major item in Paradox Cave turns out to be that pod key, and that may not be that useful.
It would be for me. I do not know how to do the hammer yump.
I mean, at this point, if you've got up to 5 pod keys, you could just skip the front door every single time.
That is true.
Looks like Fryme is having a little bit of issue here with the bomb jump in Paradox Cave due to the shadow situation of Plague Knight. His sprite is somewhat strange. That time he wasn't low enough.
While look at Sonic Am. Actually inside Ice Palace right now, and has to be careful with the Pengators. Those bird thingies there. Ouch.
Finds another full heart in the first chest. That seems good. The real downside with this trip into Ice Palace is not only is he on green mail, 5 hearts, and no sword, but he also doesn't have a hammer, which means no items, or half the items are locked out. We do know that the big chest of ice contains nothing based on a hint.
However, the big chest of Ice Palace is on the good side here.
Mm-hmm. Though we don't have the big key, so it'd be fun. It'd be kind of difficult to get either way.
That is fair. And we've already found that connector. In the meantime, Archery has Mire Shed.
It's got our first shield.
Yep.
And we will probably go digging here.
Alright, Dompe, what do you have for us? And yes, folks, I know it's technically not Dompe, but honestly, I don't get the other references that a number of other commentators use, so I have to kind of stick to what I know here.
Alright, bombs at the digging game after 19 digs. Sonicam making liberal use of silver arrows in Ice Palace.
And if I've counted correctly,
Whoa!
ooh, hello.
Oh, Sonicam pulling out the plays here, going into Ice Palace with no hammer and picking up the Cane of Samaria, which grants you access to that, in logic to that Turtle Rock big chest, as well as the front end of Turtle Rock. That is a big deal.
And the iced tea room? Well, we've spent a bunch of arrows there. Here's one back. Also, there's Checkerboard Cave in the Bomb Shop Bunk Rocks. But this one, not as useful.
Small key to Skull Woods. I mean, it's nice to have one. Mimic Ledge leads to the Queen of Fairies, which means we probably won't be getting bomb and arrow upgrades this seed, unfortunately. There's a mirror! That's what I want to see.
Mirror at Bomb Shop. Inside Waterfall of the Wishing. That's certainly going to open up more possibilities here. Now, Sonicam, I know you're capable of performing... Oh, that's where Paradox ends up. I know you're capable of performing this bomb jump, but my question is it worth it? I think you can only get one more chest this way.
Yeah, but, I mean, he can't get any more chests anywhere else without the hammer. This is the last one he can reach. Alright, Compass of Swamp. That's going to do it. Yeah, so for that particular bomb jump, the way I know to do it is to get yourself on the lowest pixel possible and then face left and drop the bomb. And that'll just get you there. Ice Rod was in the chest game house, which was the Bonk Rocks, if I recall correctly.
Yes, and also Potion Shop and Smithery are occupying the same spot in two worlds.
Very interesting. In before Mushroom on Smith, that would be hilarious. Aw. Compass of T-Rock.
Maybe Turtle Rock has the mushroom.
Alright, Sonicam finds the Mini Moldorm Cave, which, as we know, contains the other glove.
While Faraime is heading to what I like to call the VT Cave.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in inverted mode. And we've got the fairy connector.
I usually call this the pointless connector because in the vanilla game it's, well, completely pointless to take, but, well, there's our boomerang.
Yep, that takes you to the top of Bumper Cave. And Faraime just going to jump down now. Right, there we go. Dealing with that silly bird. We find Graveyard Ledge inside Bumper Cave. The only reason he's not mirroring is because he's already found the top of Bumper Cave through another connector.
And that connector ended up being completely pointless. Don't think we've seen Darkworld Smith Hut yet. Ooh, there's our bomb shop.
Looks like Thieves Town and Tower of Hera are our 5-6 crystals today.
That's a bit of distance in order to get the bomb, but at least it's not a Turtle Rock vanilla entrance. That's a bad location for a bomb shop.
Yeah, that's one of the places that's going to require a flute to get the job done.
Which we haven't found yet.
Raime is going to check the graveyard ledge and be disappointed.
While
And Sonicam heading up to Skull Woods. He's got that fire rod so he can check the back.
However, it looks like the back is up front, kinda, sort of. These cave...
Oh! I was gonna say, having the cane makes things a lot better in here, but it doesn't help when you get grabbed anyway.
But Sonicam now has to be careful, running very low on magic.
He could get a refill, on the side here. Looks like he's going for it. Big Key of Hera, hello. We know where Hera is. Oh, no. So, he had the little glitch. The thing is, if you want to get that refill, you have to make sure that there's not an extra sprite on screen. So the fact that the hand had fallen and was still sort of in the area caused the sprite to despawn. Oh, the back of the race game today has Super Bunny Cave.
The entrance to it, at least.
Yeah, which is why Faraime is sort of like debating here, because this is a one-way trip and he'd have to leave the purple chest behind. Big Key of Misery Mire found in Skull Woods.
Well, at least we got a blue cane out of it.
Yep, blue cane seems pretty good.
But where will this take us?
Takes us to the dead end ledge, but we've got a mirror so we can get some additional locations checked here.
This is our first visit to Death Mountain, so we'll take it right now. Oh, we'll especially take this.
Blind's Hut, yes please. Back of Skull Woods turns out to be 50 rupees farm. There's our first T-Rock small key and an Ice Palace small key as well as a bottle.
That's our second bottle.
And the 10 bomb drop.
Alright, we still have 6 more entrances that Faraime can check out right now.
I was going to say 6, and then I remembered he had the Titan's mitts. Right. Oh, Sonicam going to the right side of Ganon's tower with that Canis Amari. We found Eastern Palace over at the Key Paradox entrance. And we are getting some tile room action.
Now, the thing about this is... Oh, there's Thieves Town!
Yep, Thieves Town is fully clearable. He would need to use Cane of Burna strats to kill Blind.
Also, you may have noticed that Sonic M actually had to leave the doorway in order to... Wow, that's semi-useful. Map of Ganon's Tower was found in Ganon's Tower tile room.
I mean, useful for some value of the word useful. Like if you don't know how to get around GT, I guess. So there's a Turtle Rock small key again up there in the Ice Rod Cave.
And Faraime is going for it.
Yet another T-Rock small key.
There was like 3 of them in that general area.
Yup. And a magic cape found for Sonicam.
Sonicam is genuinely thinking just take out the Ice Armos.
Oh yeah. There's really no reason not to just go for it. You get 3 more chests this way. If only you had the big key again in the tower.
Which means it's going
fourth.
Which means it's going to be vanilla.
That would be hilarious. And ridiculous.
And then perhaps once Faraime is done with Thieves Town, may take out Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern is a possibility. Would need the big key, but should be able to pick up 4 items in there at the very least.
That is true. Alright, Ice Armos tonight, guard. Piece of heart. Small key to desert, that may be useful, and a consolation prize.
Yeah, Desert Small Key could be locking some interesting items.
And the Thieves Town hint is completely useless. We already have the powder.
Rip.
So, looking at our current entrance situation, the next best area with concentrated entrances is the Desert Palace area. Thanks to the mirror that Faraime has, we do have access to it.
Alright, so there's a shovel on the right-hand side of Desert Palace. And some bombs. So who's ready to see what is underground today?
Let's see, we have some Moblins, some mini Stalfos, random pot out of nowhere, and of course the local jail. Did I take that a little too literally?
I'll take it.
Final small key to Skullwoods found.
Well, there's the heart. Under the dig spot, so nothing super useful there.
Alright, Blind, what is your pun of the day? A weeknight is a tiny nobleman.
That's a wee night.
A wee night, thank you.
I mean, it's also a weeknight, but you know.
It still works. I can't even be mad at that one. Not yet, anyway.
Very nicely done for Emily actually getting the blind kill with a single magic Cane of Perna. That's pretty impressive. And manages to get a blue mail because...
And your reward is clothes.
Seems entirely legit.
Variety chose not to go through with Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what he's thinking? But it may not be particularly useful at the moment. You may want to come back once you've got the big key.
True. But now, here's the thing. We need to remember where Super Bunny was. And oh no, Farami never got the hint.
Super Bunny, that was on back of the race game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I don't have a good symbol to use here, so I'm just going to just put some 4s on there. But yeah, without a hook shot right now, that's our only way over to that area right now. Well... Oh, but note where Farami's heading.
Ooh, we're gonna get to see the top of the castle. 3 entrances up here. Now, he is not the one of our runners who has found the cape, so can actually only check 2.
I did hear you could possibly... Oh, hookshot cave, there's a connector. I did hear you can place the mirror in such a way so that you could bypass the barrier, but it is kind of tricky.
Yeah, I believe it also requires a fairy revival. Okay, Spike Cave on the left side of Hyrule Castle. Looks like Fremy is going to head through Hookshot Cave. No attempts at hovering shenanigans today.
There's no point in it yet.
Ooh.
Oh, that's where the mirror ledge connector is.
Well, looks like Farami is going to pick up a bomb upgrade. Oh, he's not even going to do it. Disrespecting the fairy.
I did not know disrespecting Venus was a thing.
Well, it is now.
Alright, brewery was found inside Dark Death Mountain, but how about the Light World equivalent?
Oh, there's the Old Man Rescue Cave. Huh. I guess I was making something up when I thought I saw this.
Not necessarily. It's possible that you were combining that with the other cave. Also, that's the vanilla entrance. Or vanilla exit of the ascent, or you know what I mean.
Yep. Fair enough. Primate, check that entrance.
Oh no, for Ime, you have to go back. Well, maybe
you
not.
you don't have to do it right now. I'm sure he's got it in his mind, but do not assume that entrance is useless. I know this firsthand.
Same. Ooh. Back half of Skullwoods on the Death Mountain descent.
Mm-hmm. And, we could, in theory, go beat Moth. It would be difficult and might require some potions. Oh, right. Dang it. I keep forgetting you need a sword to slash the thing.
That too.
That's the problem. Oh, hey, Hyrule Castle, what's up?
Hyrule Castle left side. We finally find it.
We do see a big key on Spectacle Rock. Big key of pod. All these pod keys, and we still haven't actually found pod. I feel like if pod doesn't show up soon, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Not necessarily. Alright, Spike Cave today has...
Back a desert.
Well... Fryme can clear this.
Sure can. And he is not going to bother trying to steal the key, which makes plenty of sense. And we know that he'll be able to find it if he ever goes past Ice Armos.
So for those that have just tuned in, we are about an hour in here. This is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past Randomizer. This is a combination daily race merged with the Crossworld Key Sanity Tournament qualifiers. Key Sanity is, as you know, and tolerate, with, keys, maps, and compasses being shuffled outside of their dungeons. Crossworld is where entrances are shuffled and the connectors can take you to the other world.
I must have something physically wrong with me, because I actually do know and love me some Key Sanity Crossworld, so, one of those strange people.
Nothing wrong with it. I just... honestly, I was just channeling a little bit of Pinky on the brain there.
What are we going to do tonight? Sorry, I'm done.
The same thing we do every night, Doctor. Try to take over the commentary booth.
I think we've done that successfully. Would be the only time that show has ever been successful. We did get that sick kid. We knew about the sick kid hint. Fryme is going for the old man's home. Oh, and it's Laser Bridge.
The good one. Oh, I just saw it! The flute, aka the ocarina, was in the big chest of Tower of Hera.
Ooh. Now, where was that big key again? Oh. Wait, I don't remember.
I have to sacrifice some sort of note-taking capabilities. I do not keep up with every single item location and where it's found in this mode. I'm sorry.
No, that is just fine. Oh, Swamp Small Key on Laser Bridge. That's pretty big deal, too. We don't have the flippers yet, but still, pretty huge deal.
Now, note that Sonic Am did not take out Moldorm. That's because it's impossible right now. We require...
No hammer, no sword.
Yeah, no hammer, no sword, no service. And Fryme actually purchasing the small heart from the shop.
That is what I call stop that infernal beeping strats. Alright, so Sonicam is activating the flute here. I'm going to save my rendition for when Fryme does it, because he's got the audio right now.
Agina rich today.
Why are you taking the old man's life savings? That's what I want to know.
Wait a second, we're fine taking Moldorm's money, but not Agina's?
Moldorm is a monster who deserved to die.
I mean, I get it. I know. I am in the minority when it comes to that. Anyway, let's check some more entrances.
Oh, Fryme finds his way onto the top of Dark Death Mountain. We see a storyteller for 20 rupees. Small key to GT can be found in GT. Thanks. I mean, that's actually somewhat useful.
Kinda, sort of. And there's that Hera small key, which we called early.
Mm-hmm. Right, now going to the exit of Paradox Cave. That is just the Hookshot Fairy Cave. I don't know how many people have ever actually ventured inside that cave, but in order to get to the back, you have to use the hookshot. And it's just a bunch of fairies.
Alright, so let's at least focus on where Faraimi's entrance for Right Side Hyrule Castle takes us. Buzz, one way.
There we go.
One way.
Up to Aga Tower's entrance. That'll do it. Alright, Faraimi now into Desert Palace once again. I believe he's checked everything he can in here, so he's just taking this as a connector.
Alright, there were some questions regarding the different entrance randomizer algorithm, so I'll attempt to explain as best as possible here. So, what Entrance Shuffle does is, it takes the entrances to caves, shuffles them around. The question is how they get shuffled. For instance, Checkerboard Cave for Faraimi takes us to a ferry, where we can recharge our health.
That can happen in basically every entrance mode.
Yes, but it's a good start. So, certain algorithms allow us to shuffle more and more entrances together. For instance, in some of the harder ones, like Crossworlds, front entrance to Desert Palace would not take us to Hammerpeg Cave. Also, mirroring there is a bad idea, apparently.
Yeah, you just need to make sure that you stay there. So you can mirror from the top of Meyer entrance there to get to the front of. Oh, hello! Found Mr. Meyer at the back of Desert.
It works.
10 arrows on the ledge, which he's going to go ahead and pick up.
And with Meyer, yeah, not a bad idea. Also, good question from chat. How are runners swapping items without going into the pause menu? That is a common flag in entrance rando that is called quick swap. All you have to do, tap the shoulder buttons, L and R, and you can swap them. Fun fact, there is a bonus feature where if you, say, have both shovel and flute equipped, highlight one of them, press both at the same time, you swap to the other.
Yep. Alright, Faraimi using the arrows here to take out Meyer 2. Arrows, in fact, can defeat the Wizrobes. There is a fairly small window in which you can hit them, so you got to make sure that you actually land the arrow, but it is very doable. Faraimi has 3 small keys to Misery Mire, so I would not be surprised to see something important here on the left. Perhaps a sword.
And both Aga Tower keys were located in Eastern Palace today.
Both of them?
Yes! And also, you were right. Flippers on West Side Mire.
Kane of Samaria was in Ice Palace, in the Freezor room. And unfortunately, it looks like, unless we find the hammer soon, you may have to go into Ice Palace to get that without the hammer.
Vitreous guarding the hammer? I don't want to think about that.
Gross. I think Trinex guarding the hammer. That's the fun one.
With this entrance shuffler, yeah.
Back Skull Woods leads to a cave with some cash, so Fryme, I don't believe he ever checked that, so that's going to be good knowledge to have. Just some bombs in the other chest, but the flippers are clearly important here.
Are they, though? We don't know if Swamp Palace is required yet.
There is that. And of course, without the hammer or the hook shot, Swamp Palace is not a place you particularly want to go. But sometimes you have to. There's our third bottle in Misery Mire. And a big 20 in Eastern.
And that's all we can get out of there.
Now, with those Castle Tower keys, that unlocks one additional item in Agate Tower that neither of our runners have found. Big key of Skull Woods found for Fryme here in Misery Mire. And 10 more arrows.
We never did find, there is still one item in Skull Woods, and at least we have access to it. But do we really want to go back there right now? That's the question. Final check for Fryme? No. Misery Mire is a bust for now.
Misery Mire living up to its name.
Well, okay. I mean, flippers are great, don't get me wrong. It does give us mobility.
Alright, Sonicam finds Spike Cave. I think pedestal seeds are just more common in general in Key Sanity. Just because there's so many different things that can make the pedestal required. Sonicam is going into Hyrule Castle to clear out some of the items. I don't believe Fryme did this.
No, I think Fryme just checked entrances. Now, Sonicam can only access Front of Escape and Dark Cross. We are missing a key or Ganon's Tower completion in order to actually access the 3 chests in the back. That just feels so strange to say now that I think about it.
Sonicam is now setting up, or was setting up for a death warp, it looked like, and then he decided, wait. I see what he's doing. He's setting up the death so he can save, and then if there's nothing in Dark Cross, he can, or nothing in the back, he can actually just reset.
We are save scumming here, folks. Potentially. It's kind of a scary play now that I think about it, but this is technically a sequence break what Sonicam is about to do. At least I feel like it is.
Now, Fryme is putting those flippers to good use, checking the second, or the other Lake Hylia entrances in the Dark World. That's the exit of Spiral Cave.
We need the entrance.
Okay.
Why have I been calling a lot of these lately?
I was just sitting here prepared for that to happen. Just deadpan do the okay thing. And I can't help myself. It's so good. Okay, we've got book and a shield and 50 rupees in the back of Escape. That is kind of an interesting situation.
And Fryme is going for that bomb jump for that big chest.
Yep, and this is how you do it. You get 1 or 2 pixels away from the left wall and get yourself as far up as you can. The problem is you can't boots or sword buffer it because it never stops you. So you just have to line up on the right pixel.
Why am I reminded so much of overworld glitches here with? I don't think that was the intended way for
No,
Jaime.
he changed his mind after falling in the hole several times. He decided, you know what? I'll just bomb jump over the ledge this time. Because that big chest isn't technically in logic without the cane or the hook shot, so he's just going to go to something that is in logic.
Also, did you catch what we need to enter Vanilla Turtle Rock? Because I missed that.
did not.
Oh, looks like our trackers did quake. Which reminds me, please follow our two runners, Sonic M and Faraime, along with my commentary partner, Dr. Bob Tastic, and our trackers, Elias the Panda and Samimas. Hopefully I said those correctly.
All right, Faraime entering the Ice Palace entrance, which is just a shop, but that's okay. Sonicam going to check Laser Bridge right away.
Excellent dodging strategies, though for those of you at home that want to attempt some of these strategies, technically dodging the lasers is out of sequence. We do have the in-sequence ways of dealing with them because we do have Cape and Canaberna, but if you attempt to dodge lasers, expect a lot of pain. So this has been your public safety announcement.
Yeah. Now, often you will run into Turtle Rock Laser Bridge very early. So if you're trying to get into this competitively, I would recommend practicing laser skips of all kinds. That being said, I recommend it. Not saying I've done it because I'm bad.
Alright, I think that covers all of the chests in Turtle Rock with the exception of front 3 and, well, Trinex himself.
And I don't think Faraime actually got to the big chest there.
You're right, we didn't see that.
But yeah, Sonicam could get that if he went back to the big chest with the cane, if he so desired.
And question from chat, bomb jumps are never required by logic. So if you see a bomb jump being done, it's because we wish to attempt to save time.
Yeah, the Ice Palace bomb jump is a thing that you should probably learn if you want to be competitive in this. Several other bomb jumps might be particularly useful, but none of them are really going to be completely necessary, and only rarely are they actually going to save you time, aside from Ice Palace. Maybe a little bit here in Skull Woods. That bomb jump could do you some good to get to the big chest.
We are running out of entrances to where Palace of Darkness can be right now.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, where in the world can Pod be? Oh, yeah, I'm betting it's at Pyramid Ferry. Because we have access to both beating Tower of Hera and beating Thieves Town.
So the other entrances that we haven't seen yet, Turtle Rock main entrance, Hammerpeg Cave, Misery Mire entrance.
Oh yeah, we need a hammer. I'm dumb. Or a sword. double dumb.
You are not dumb, Dr. Bob. CrossKeys takes a lot to figure out.
I have a PhD in dumb. Let's see. Faraime just got the big chest of Skull Woods, turned out to not be important. And he knows he doesn't have to check the back entrance.
So I'm just right now going over my 2 trackers here, and at this point, I think I can safely confirm the only dungeon we haven't seen yet is Pod, so I am forced to think it has to be one of those locked entrances right now. Question is, what's it locked with?
Well, There's just not a whole ton. So, at this point, the way I figure, I think the first chest or second chest in Swamp might have a sword or a hammer, which would grant us access to, more stuff. Sword would grant us access to Hera, and that would grant us access to Pyramid Fairy entrance, which would grant us access to what I think is Pod, but it might not be Pod.
I want to go back to Sonic Am's earlier play in Hyrule Castle. I honestly believe that Sonic Am stole the first small key from the guard to gain access to the book. Is it entirely possible, that what we needed for actual progression is, inside the normal escape sequence?
It's not, because those 2 chests are locked in logic behind the small key for Hyrule Castle. So if you find the small key to Hyrule Castle, or if there's something there for progression, we'll be able to find the small key to Hyrule Castle first. Granted, it could be forever before we find it. Now, Faraime is just proved me wrong by checking the first 2 chests in Swamp.
Well, we can access the first 2, but we need the hammer for the rest. And
Yeah.
Big Chest in Turtle Rock just had money, it looked like, so nothing important.
Yep. Now, that leaves basically the first 3 chests in Turtle Rock as far as things we can access. And Faraime's going for the Ice Palace play finally. I know he's got to feel pretty bad about having to go in here without the hammer, but he's going to be pleasantly surprised.
So, question from chat. The flippers were located west side Misery Mire.
Yep. And Misery Mire was the back of Desert, if I recall correctly.
That is correct. I may not remember where every single small cave is, but I can track dungeon entrances without a problem.
Yeah, the flippers were in Mire. The Eastern Palace contained both of the Aga Tower keys, so I guess there could be something in that second Aga Tower chest as well. Did find half magic here in the first chest of Turtle Rock. That actually put beating Thieves Town in logic, because you technically need some sort of magic enhancement. Or no, you could use a bottle. What am I talking about? Sonicam doing the hardest trick in the game, which is remembering to go the other way when you don't have the hook shot.
Now you're reminding me of Mario Party 2, that look the other way game. Da 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 bum.
Primate decides not to bother with a bomb jump as it's not technically necessary, given the fact that we're not going to be able to clear it.
And we did receive a hint about the Ice Palace Big Chest. We can't... there's nothing important in there. And for reference, this is not swordless, it's just swordless until sword.
Alright, Primate gets the Compass of Swamp and can be heading to the rest of the palace. He'll be picking up the Cane of Samaria in the next room.
And let's see how they react. Takes it like a champ.
Primate is not one to tilt, in my experience.
Now, Sonic AM is inside Misery Mire and has the small keys, but wait a second, I thought we found the big key to Misery Mire. Did I misclick on my end?
I don't remember seeing the big key to Mire. I could be making that up.
As I said, it's possible that I misclicked. I'm working with 2 personal trackers to try to keep up with things, and I have to work with smaller icons than I would prefer.
Alright, Primate now heading into the east side of Ganon's Tower, following in Sonic M's footsteps, going to pick up the cape.
Dr. Bob, you just reminded me of something.
What did I do?
We haven't seen Bumper Cave yet!
Nope, sure haven't. Haven't seen either end of it.
So, let's go back to our entrance stuff for a second here. Bumper Cave has 2 places to check. So, we are missing Bumper Cave, Pod. Pyramid, Ganon's Tower, Misery Mire, Hammer Pegs. We're still missing 1 cave. Probably a pointless one.
We've seen both entrances of Bumper Cave.
We have?
We've seen someone check the Bumper Cave entrances, if that's what you're talking about. We haven't seen the Bumper Cave connector.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the connector.
Yeah. And so, yeah. But after that, it looked like you were listing off places where we hadn't checked the entrance. And so...
Oh, yeah, that was what I was aiming for.
Okay.
So, we are missing the 2 connectors for Bumper Cave along with Pod. The entrances we have unaccounted for right now are Turtle Rock entrance, Misery Mire entrance, Hammer Peg entrance, and Ganon's Tower entrance. Which means we're missing one other cave. Oh, right, and Pyramid Fairy. Thank you.
Now, the major issue with that particular assessment... Oh, Sonicam did pick up the big key of Misery Mire. I stand corrected.
But I missed what it was.
It was a mushroom.
Potion Shop is in play. Alright, so 5 entrances to figure out.
Yeah, because all of those entrances you talked about, are locked behind stuff we don't have. The Pyramid Fairy is locked behind having either the hammer or the sword, so you can beat Hera. The Turtle Rock and Misery Mire entrances are locked behind having a sword, because you can't activate the medallion otherwise. Ganon's Tower is, of course, locked behind 1,000,000 crystals. And Hammer Pegs is locked behind the hammer, so there you go.
We are running short on locations to check. Something has to give. I am
7
still not...
crystals is basically 1,000,000
Yeah.
on a logarithmic scale.
But, yeah, it's... I'm genuinely trying to think of what else hasn't been checked yet. Honestly, Potion Shop may lead us somewhere. Since
It could have a hammer on that potion shop, or a sword.
Or maybe Vitreous is just guarding it directly.
Alright, what do you got for me, Vitty?
Sword! At 1 hour, 31 minutes, 30 seconds, Sonic M is finally armed with a sword. But it's still not go mode yet. We need 2 swords for that at minimum. Ideally the hook shot as well, unless we want to see unexpected hovering strategies.
So I had a friend who had Ursine lycanthropy. He exercised his right to bear arms.
I should not find that funny. And oh, Misery Mire is a fairy cave. That's one of the ones I forgot about. So
Raime also going into Misery Mire. He's going to get that sword real quick. The sword, I think that puts Tower of Hera as our next destination.
Tower of Hera or Skull Woods?
Yeah. Both of those are perfectly valid spots. Yeah, tablets do need Master Sword, yes.
And we've already seen what one tablet has. Ether tablet, I want to say it was 10 arrows for the bow.
10 arrows. This will give you 10 shots with your bow, it says. Sonicam doing the Smith chain now, which we did see Faraime do earlier. He didn't go for the purple chest, though. Remember, he left that behind.
I did forget about that. That may not be an entrance, but that is technically a possible item.
The Witch's Hut, I believe, is at the Swamp Palace entrance.
That is correct. Potion Shop is the other end of the Smiths today. Alright, Faraime is going to have to be careful. Missed arrows are not going to help right now. Backup strategy in this case would involve bombs.
Yeah. No problem from Faraime. Gonna have 4 arrows to spare. Alright, Sonicam is taking the path into Tower of Hera, it looks like.
Moldorm is easier than Mothula, but Mothula's arena is harder than Moldorm.
Sonicam, after acquiring the flute in her here earlier, is going to head upstairs and take down Moldorm. Fraime changing his mind about where he's heading.
Fraime also wants to deal with Moldorm.
Sounds like a plan.
Now, of course, because we're using fighter sword strategies, oh, nice idea to use the Cane of Burna to prevent the rage phase.
Burna strats for the win, and we've got 300 rupees and that all-important crystal. That grants us access to the Pyramid Fairy entrance. Now, Sonicam doesn't yet have that access because he hasn't done Thieves Town, but he will be able to do so sometime in the future.
Question. Do we actually have access to the bomb shop? We have access to the bomb shop. Can we carry that bomb to the pyramid at this stage?
Good question. I'm not sure. Probably not. I'm not sure where was the bomb shop again?
Bomb shop is Dark World Lumberjack House.
So you can do it, just not in logic.
Alright, Faraime has picked up the flute and is picking up 300 rupees. Sonicam is dealing with Mothula's arena.
I think Meyer Big Q was in Gan's tower. On the right-hand side.
Mothula goes down for another crystal.
Oh! Yeah, that is possible. You can absolutely go beat Aga 1 and get the bomb and then use the warp at Aga 1.
That we can do.
And that is how this seed expects you to do it.
Oh
my lord.
I can't exactly say I was expecting a potential Aga required seed like that.
That is beautiful.
Well, speaking of beautiful, Dr. Bub, I think you know what's coming.
I am aware. As soon as Fraime heads over there.
Alright, short version regarding the stroke of genius from chat. Aga Tower is located in Kakariko Village. Beating Aga Tower with 2 Castle Tower keys lets us activate the Dark World portal by the pyramid. Bomb shop, mirror, walk all the way around, Dark World, pyramid, blow up, hope for something good.
Yeah, if it's not pod, something's wrong. Alright,
Dr. Bob,
if
take
you'll
it
indulge
away.
me for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you have played this mode, then you will rightly know the seed can really go and misbehave. Just don't forget to go check the castle's 3 doors and to use the mirror on Bumper Cave.
Beautiful.
All right. Raime heading down to 6, end of the mire area. Sonicam going to go turn in the purple chest. This is the one item we haven't seen in that potential pool of items. It's a small key to Thieves' Town.
Which
so
is
that
pointless.
that actually puts the Thieves' Town clear in logic, because technically Blind is locked behind that key.
Also, Faraime was able to carry the bird into the mire entrance. I'm not going to ask how that works.
And it looks like there's just a map on Bombo's tablet from Sonicam.
Yeah. I know, chat. Entrance rando can be crazy, but someone who managed to find their way here, Crash 1992. Welcome to the Speed Gaming family. Hope your entrance tracker managed to take you here, and hope you enjoy your stay.
Yeah, don't get lost on the way out. Raime also going to go finish off Moth. And I imagine that the next major progression we'll find is in Palace of Darkness.
Which is where?
Pyramid Fairy. I've been saying this the whole time. I mean, it might not be there.
Ouch! Mirror shield at Potion Shop!
Yep, that's the second shield in Logic. The third shield being one you found in the back of Escape. Thieves' Town entrance, I think, was over at Dark Shopping Mall. Am I making that up?
Thieves' Town, Dark Death Mountain. We took Spiral Cave.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Spiral Cave, Mirror, Land, Mirror.
Alright, Sonicam is going to check the first 2 chests in Swamp. Going to be disappointed by a bevy of explosives.
But regarding things we can check up on, technically you are correct. Aga Tower still has 1 chest available before we even have to deal with Aga 1 himself. So, here's the thing, though. Only Sonicam was the only one who explored Eastern Palace, so only they have the ability to go get that second chest and then finish it off.
Yeah, Faraime is going to have to head over to Eastern to get that done. He's also heading down into the front of Escape here.
But will this be a key steal? No. We're going to see what's
he
here
might
logically.
Steal the second key, which is what I tend to do.
Why steal the second if you already have access to the first?
Well, because I get 1 more item this way, going down.
But if you're going down this far, why not just finish it?
Because then I get 3 more items in the back by stealing the key. Yes, you could damage Trinex with the fighter sword, but it does require spinning. That is something I've learned. Raime's just going for Zelda's Cell. So we will get to see the entirety of the contents of Hyrule Castle here.
And whether it's worth it. While Sonicam is about to learn about the hilarity that is Spiral Cave.
And Raime finds a whole lot of Garbo. Probably going to go for the Dark Cross chest. Are we wanting something to do with Spiral Cave here? Spiral Cave. Spiral Cave. I don't know the words to Spiral Cave, but I think it goes in a circle and people fall asleep during it. Look out, it's a spider cave.
Close enough. No, they just expect me to do it because I don't know why. Honestly, I borrowed my riff from another commentator who had their own set of lyrics. But again, Dr. Bob's the actual singer, so I'm leaving the singing jobs to him tonight.
I was just making that one up as I went, so normally for broadcasts I like to prepare my lyrics in advance, but sometimes the spirit moves you, I guess.
Yeah,
And
I'll
I'm
have
pretty
to.
sure I did end it with Spider Cave, which is incorrect.
If this was Wind Waker Rando, we'd be close, but at the same time, that's Spider Pig. I don't know. It's. I'm gonna have to teach you my version of the lyrics at some point, and
I
then you'll.
remember hearing them once, and I remember thinking they were pretty good. Anyway, so back to the action here. We've got Faraime in Turtle Rock also performing the hardest trick in the game, and Sonic Cam going through Super Bunny Cave to get back up to Dark Death Mountain, which, as we know, is where Thieves Town is.
That is correct. Thieves Town, inside Super Bunny entrance.
Right, Sonic Cam. Looks like he hasn't even checked these entrances.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. And there's the hint about how a small key to Castle Tower can be in Eastern. Well, guess what? That hint is 2 for the price of 1.
That is what we call an understatement. Alright, Faraime, I think, has probably at this point, by process of elimination, figured out what he needs to do. I don't think he's happy about it, though.
Yeah, just staring at it. So, what's the game plan?
Alright, I think he needs to head back to Eastern Palace.
That he does. That's where the 2 Castle Tower small keys are. Get the keys, go up Aga Tower, open the portal, use Bomb Shop, mirror, warp, kaboom! And hope it's not a sploosh.
Speaking of Wind Waker Rando,
I haven't called one of those in a while. At some point, I do need to get back into it.
I haven't actually played Wind Waker Rando, and I've only played Wind Waker once when I was very young. But maybe I should try it at some point. Alright, Faraime is now up on Death Mountain. He is going to head over to Eastern Palace, it looks like.
Yep.
Now, the real test to see if he's got this figured out is if he mirrors out after getting both of the Castle Tower keys.
I mean, even if we don't have a mirror out situation.
Yeah, he'd probably check the other 2. You could have the hammer here or something. I'm sure you would check the rest of them. I thought that was the name of the game, Sploosh Kaboom. Maybe I'm making it up.
That's the fan name to my knowledge. technically it's a form of battleship, but
More like Battle Squid, am I right? Anyway.
that's probably the actual name. Alright, Ferimi has the 2 castle tower keys. And what do you know, Dr. Bob? You were right. It was Battle Squids.
Well, there we go. I'm just making things up at this point, and it just happens to be right. All right. So Ferime is going to get these 2 remaining items in Eastern, and he will be able to head up to Castle Tower. Now, I imagine Sonicam might have the same idea once he finishes Thieves Town, so we're going to have ourselves a pretty solid convergence on the same spot at the end of this, I imagine.
And
oh, it's not the name. It's just Battle Squids is a better name than the actual name.
And I just reread Blind's pun. It seriously looks like Blind says weeknight instead of wee night.
Well, yes, he does say weeknight, but it's also wee night if you split it before the K.
Oh my god. That's why I found it funnier than normal. It's a wordplay pun as well.
Yeah, it's a pun that works better written down. It's great.
All right, both runners have left their respective areas.
Are we about to see the Aga play?
For Ferimi, not yet. For Sonicam, not yet. Aga was located at the Kuko house for reference. And question from chat, has Ganon been found? Yes, Ganon is located at the useless fairy cave.
Oh, Sonicam did just mirror in front of Chicken Hut.
While
there's the Aga Tower play.
While Ferime is attempting to blow up the pyramid without needing Aga.
Yep, there is a way to do it. I think he's going to have to go the south way around, but there might be a way to do it from the north. I'm not sure.
Either way, I think it's going to have to involve a sequence break for Ferime to do it this way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sequence break that somehow doesn't blow up the bomb. Because once you dash or jump off a ledge, you have 3 seconds to either recover the bomb or perform a separate trick.
Okay, so the idea is he's going to mirror or try to screen transition when the bomb is at 0. He did it when the bomb was at 1. So that doesn't work. Bomb has to be at 0. Meanwhile, Sonicam is just going for the intended way to do this.
Dr. Bob, I know we've had a bit of fun, but let's let chat have a shot here. So, Sonicam is about to deal with Aga 1, which means we will be dealing with patterns of red balls, blue balls, and lightning strikes. Assuming a perfect pattern, how many blue balls are we going to see? Put in a number between 0 and 15 integers only, inclusive range. Winner gets a shout out.
Oh, you mean I can't use pi?
You can have pi, but you can't use pi.
Okay.
Guesses will stop once I see the first swing against Aga. Oh, Ferime using pause buffer strategies. Oh, there's 0! But it's... Oh, I think that was too late. Alright, that is one blue ball so far.
I had to put in a 0 just because no one else had.
You put it in time, so I can't complain.
That being said, not gonna happen. There's 2. Oh, there we go.
Well,
I got the screen transition on the 0. That's gonna be good.
And I just saw that third.
A little quicker.
And I just saw that third blue ball bounce left, then bounce right without splitting, and then it split. But yeah, we'll take a 3 there. So here's the question: was this AGA required? And if so, did Faraime manage to completely dodge it?
I mean, I can't think of any scenario left where it's not.
Pod.
Just saying.
It's a green pendant, so not necessarily required yet. But I am required to state that Pod is here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Croy Baker, you have won. There's your shout out. Up. Master Sword. If we find no other swords, this was technically required.
That's certainly useful.
Now, interesting that Faraime chose to just go straight through the center hallway.
Yeah, he didn't check the shooter room or anything. I mean, without the hammer, I don't blame him.
Oh, Hammer Yump? Hammer Yump. Alright, please explain
I'm not
this
sure what... Okay, so the hammer yump, you have to drop the bomb in a specific position and then move to another specific vertical position to get this jump. It's a lot easier if you go from the top because you get a lot more time. That being said, Farame's done this enough times, it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, more swords. They're all sitting in pod.
Seriously?
And the hammer!
Wow, okay, this was technically an AGA-required seed. And Sonicam wants to check out the pedestal.
Just a piece of heart. Find the red mail, or a mail upgrade there on the shooter room of pod.
Now, here's the thing, chat. Technically, the hammer may not be required.
There's a big key at Ganon's tower. So the hammer... We could have a situation where the hammer is not required for the seed, but at this point, we're running out of locations that aren't behind the hammer.
I know. So, what made this seed AGA required likely? We found 2 swords in Palace of Darkness, and we needed AGA in order to activate the Dark World portal in order to bring the big bomb over there. We have to have Master Sword at minimum in order to take out Ganon.
And also, I think the hammer is going to end up being required. I feel like there's going to be one of the big keys we're missing.
Or the hook shot.
I was going to say sitting on the left side of Ganon's tower behind the hammer, but sure.
And there you go. Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Yeah, so that guarantees that we need the hammer because Ice Palace is a crystal.
And same with Swamp Palace, which means Eastern was our other pendant.
Oh, so we could have done this without the bow, is what you're saying.
Well,
I mean, that hook shot is behind the bow, so at least in logic.
Yeah. So we needed the bow this time, but yeah, effectively, Firimi's in go mode. In a complicated bit of a sequence, well, okay, technically not. If Firimi sequence breaks and does the Ice Palace bomb jump, then yes, Firimi is in go mode. But we are technically looking for the Ice Palace big key. And I do like to attempt to have some form of logic here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we find it at some point along the way. Well, actually, I would be surprised, because I would be surprised if Firimi actually checked anything else.
And by the way, it looks like based off of the remaining entrances, Turtle Rock entrance will connect with hammer pegs for our 2 bumper cave connectors.
Well, all right then.
Unless I've just missed something entirely. Well, oh, right. Ganon's Tower. We don't know what's in there. You're right. Probably another fairy.
Could be.
I would genuinely like to know where the golden sword is on this one.
I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say left side GT, but that's just the most item-dense location at this point.
Which means if it is there, then that definitely means AGA 1 required. Unless, of course, you're Firimi and manage to, do a big bomb mirror or screen transition.
Mm-hmm. Sonicam picking up his Master Sword. Firimi going to the Argus fight.
And Argus is down.
Just a big 20 there on Argus. Alright, Firimi now going to flute away. I'm assuming to 3 so we can get Ice Palace taken care of. Ice was sitting in Kakariko, right?
That is correct, just east of Blind's Hut.
Yep, Ice Palace it is.
So, for frame of reference, chat, CrossKeys or Crossroad Key Sanity can take, for even experienced players, depending on how the seed works, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 on a very bad seed. Firimi is basically going to be on pace for 215 or so at this rate.
Yeah, and this is after basically last locationing the hammer.
And because hammer...
I wouldn't be surprised if literally everyone last locationed the hammer, though, because this seed was not friendly.
No, it was not.
Speaking of friendly, it looks like we have had our first finish in this seed. We've got Bonta coming in first place with a 2 hour, 4 minutes, and 52 seconds. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, that is correct. Again, we had close to 30 entrants for this daily race slash the tournament qualifier going on. And we are fast approaching another finish, it looks like, if Faraimi's play is any indication.
Mm-hmm. A quick dash over to Cold Stare, followed by, I guess a flute to 2 is probably the fastest way to get to Ganon.
So, a separate question had come in. All I will say is, sometimes these races are tough, and technically with this qualifier approach, we do need to have some finishes. The only thing I will say is one person had to stop their game due to technical reasons, not due to the seed being difficult.
Sonicam also finishing Swamp. So he will be finishing within a few minutes of Faraime here. We could be looking at second and third for all. So as far as the tournament goes, the qualifications, the way you qualify is you finish 2 of these qualifiers. You can finish more qualifiers for higher seeding potential, but as long as you finish 2 of the qualifiers, you will be qualified for the tournament. Now, finishing 2 of these qualifiers is, believe it or not, a barrier to entry, because you have to finish 2 of these seeds.
Alright, Faraime has learned that Ganon is hungry for blood. But Faraime is going to deliver pain instead.
Sounds good. Getting some nice dashes in. I think he might be 1 short. Nope, he's...
Come on, Ganon, stop teleporting.
Yep, we definitely found the silver arrows in your tower. Thanks for leaving them out front for us.
Joys of Hope Room chests.
And down goes Ganon.
All Faraime has to do is cross the Bridge of Destiny. Which is the second hardest thing to do in this seed.
And there we go, finishing with an official time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 26 seconds. Faraime comes in second place.
Let's see if we can get Faraime in for an interview.
He's not exactly known for doing that, but you never know.
It's happened a few times, though, usually when I'm not on commentary.
Second place out of a grand total of 27 entrants, looks like. Oh, there's a reference for you on the Sahasrara name there.
I had missed it. There are so many names for Sahasrara.
It was Shibboleth.
I don't remember that one.
That's a biblical reference. It's the secret word that you had to say if you were Hebrew or not.
Oh, Sugaroth. Or something like, or is that one of the monsters from like Cthulhu or something? I've lost track.
Yeah, Shoggoth is a monster from Cthulhu.
Thank you. Okay, Siboleth. I misheard that. Thank you, chat. Alright, Cold Stare is down for Sonicam. All of these top finishes have probably ignored the Ice Palace Big Key, and I can't blame them.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going digging for the Ice Palace Big Key at this point. Did we mention our third place finisher who just finished?
I have not, but part of that is because Sonicam is so close to finishing that I'm holding off. But since we kind of mentioned that, congrats, Haiku Type, 209.56.
Mm-hmm. Sonicam will be jumping in that hole soon. Looks like fourth place might happen, unless there's a snow.
We will find out after Sonicam's attempt.
All right. Very nice double spin there into phase 2. Some slashes and dashes and crashes and mashes. I guess he's mashing the button.
Yeah, but at least Sonicam is filled with panaches.
That is true. Sometimes I wish Link had a stash, but that's beside the point. Moving on.
Well, what else can you do but slash? Okay, maybe we're having a little too much fun with this. Sonicam has the knowledge of silver arrows. Neither runner getting torch glitch, but in all honesty, not needed today.
And once again, Sonicam taking down Ganon. Just got to make it across the bridge. Oh man, that snipe is real. It's not really a snipe.
Not this time. Sonicam takes 5th overall, 212.41. Goomba 90 came in between, 210.59.
All right, well done to Sonicam. Congratulations. We'll see if he can come in for a quick interview.
And we at least see Faraimi in chat. Welcome. Hope this seed wasn't too bad for you.
Well done with the whole big bomb manipulation. The real difference in these two times was honestly doing that versus going up Agate Tower. Yeah, rip D-pad. Sometimes the controller doesn't like you. And it just happens occasionally. Things wear out, unfortunately. But yeah, you did an excellent job today. Second place overall, but still really well done.
Yeah, I understand the issue with D-pads that don't work well. I actually had to replace a gamepad recently with a different brand because not only was the D-pad starting to act up, but so was the joystick.
Fun times. And by fun times, I mean not. Aha! Sounds like we may have been joined by Sonicam. Hey, congratulations on that run. 5th place, pretty good.
Hey guys.
And by pretty good, I mean better than I could ever hope to do.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, I play this game for fun. Like, I can't take this game seriously anymore, especially when, you try really hard and then it's just like fifth place. But, it is what it is. I had a good time. I kind of had a feeling it was gonna come down to something dumb, which was bringing
Oh,
the
it
big
did.
balls over.
Yeah.
That the big bomb hiding pod requiring technically and logic agonim to get it done. That's kind of dumb. I agree. Having to go into Ice Palace without the hammer to get the Cane of Samaria, which you did really early, and it was an excellent play.
Yeah, that felt pretty bad to go in there, but I'm kind of happy I didn't die. But yeah, I just this was like a swordless seed. It was crazy. Like I felt like I didn't have a sword for like an hour and a half, I think.
I believe that is exactly the time that you didn't have a sword.
Close to it, yeah.
It was like an hour 32 or something.
Yeah, it was cool. Like it was definitely something different. Like it was enjoyable. I didn't really have too many dumb things that I did. At least I don't think I did. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't find everything I needed to in the right time at the right time. It is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people, I'm sure, got jerked around by this seed left and right.
Yeah.
And the hammer and the swords all being locked there in pod, just I'm pretty sure everyone last location that hammer.
I mean, not just the hammer, but the two swords, the hook shot. I mean, Pod basically had everything you needed for a successful Ganon starter kit, effectively.
Yeah. Like hammer go mode was pretty weird, especially in an entrance seed.
I'm still waiting for the mythical seed that doesn't require the hammer. It's a very, very low probability, but it is theoretically possible.
I guess so, right? Yeah, it would be possible.
Yeah, if you'd have to have pod, ice, and swamp all be pendants.
Right, yeah.
And nothing on left side GT.
And nothing like locked by the hammer.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would take a lot. Wow.
Be super unlikely.
Awesome. That's gonna happen.
Do we have the ability to make customizers with entrance shuffle yet?
I mean, there's not like a customizer that's out there, but if you know how to code Python, you can just get in there and make a data structure that corresponds to the proper seed. Just have it build the thing. But that's about the best we could do right now. So
do a lot in this game, so I'm pretty happy with that. This randomizer is pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is some excellent feat of engineering. Let me tell you, I cannot imagine the amount of work that went into this. All right, so anything else you'd like to say about this run before we wrap it up today, Sonicam?
No, I mean, it was fun. I had a good time. I definitely didn't feel frustrated, at least not too badly. I felt like I had a pretty decent run. It just really wasn't, I guess, good enough. But it's okay. I think you only need to play 2 qualifiers, right?
Yep, 2 qualifiers will get you in. If you want to try to improve your seating, you can do a couple more, but otherwise, this is pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, the scheduling just didn't really work out for me. Since I work and I wake up like 5 in the morning, I can't do not even if it's like Eastern Standard Time, like 9 p.m. I just couldn't do it. It's too late for me. So it was really this one, and I think I did one last Friday.
They added a couple next week.
Oh, okay.
They added one to Sunday afternoon and Monday night if you're interested in trying either of those, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I might look at those times, see what time it is. I might do them. We'll see.
All right.
But other than
Well,
that, it was
have a
fun.
good time. You have a good one, and congratulations once again on an excellent performance today.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a great one.
All right. I want to thank once again our two runners, Sonicam and Ferrami, for putting on an excellent show today. I want to thank our trackers, Elias the Panda and Sammy Moss. And, of course, my co-commentator, Wolfman2000. Thank you for me today.
Oh, thank you as well, Dr. Bob. Just some minor administrative stuff before we wrap things. There's nothing else on the speed gaming schedule, but tomorrow we have plenty of things across the networks. We have a big Magic the Gathering arena event from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. We have the Ultima Decathlon 7, the finals at 6 p.m. Ocarina of Time Randomizer, the Glitch Tournament is going on. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland is going on. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Misa like that, make sure I never speak in Jar Jar Binks lingo again. And at 11 p.m., the Zelda 1 Multi-Category Championship. JSR versus Roo Slugs. Plenty of action available. Please follow twitch.tv/speedgaming, along with Speed Gaming 2 through 6. And our foreign language restreams available in French, Spanish, Portuguese, and German. Okay, I think
make sure to follow these runners as well. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, they should probably deserve some of that.
Agreed. Okay, I think I have been punished for imitating a bad Star Wars character, so Dr. Bob, please close us out.
All right. Well, for all of us here at the CrossKeys tournament and the Speed Gaming Network, I will just say that I have been Dr. Bobtastic, and for Wolfman and the rest of us, good night, everybody.